Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to press that subscribe button. I will have a lot of tutorials coming out and let's get right into it. So the first thing that you're going to need is some yarn. You're going to need a measuring tape. You're going to need something to feed the thread through the beads. Also going to need your handy dandy crochet hook. You're going to need some beads. I just got mine at Walmart a year or two ago. And then some thread. And then you're also going to need scissors for when we cut the thread with the beads. So for today, I'm going to be using my 8mm crochet hook. Since my yarn is of the thicker type, I am going to need a hook that fits right for it. And you don't have to use such a thicker yarn, but that's just what I chose to use for this project. So what you're going to do is you're going to first make a loop around your finger. So you're going to wrap it around once and then wrap it towards the back. Now after you kind of grab it all, have it a bit loose because we're going to need to feed our crochet hook and grab the yarn at the back. Pull that one forward. It's kind of like a twisting motion. We're going to reach up, wrap that yarn around, and pull through one. So that's not technically the stitch, that's just kind of to lock everything in. But right now we're going to go into that loop, wrap that yarn around, pull through. You have 2 chains on your hook, wrap around, and then pull through one. So now we have officially done our first stitch, and now we're going to repeat this 8 times, and that's what we're going to be doing for the top of our hat because we want it to be able to fit our size head. So after you've gone under, you're going to wrap around, pull that yarn through, go into the loop, wrap that yarn, wrap around again, and pull through. So it's definitely a lot of twisting motion, but you'll get the hang of it. And you can always count the chains on the outside to see how many stitches you've already done, because once again, we only need to do 8 for this project. Once you're done, you're going to pull the short end of the string that's not attached to your yarn ball, and that's going to make that circle shape close. And then we're going to feed into the top of those 2 chains on the other side, wrap around that yarn, pull it through, and pull it through again, and there is our completed circle. So once we've made our circle, we're going to chain up 3, and this is just preparing us for the rest of the hat. So we have to kind of get this base shape going to begin with. Once we've chained up 3, we're going to be doing 2 double crochets into 1 spot. This is going to help add more stitches because obviously 8 stitches is not enough for the top of our hat. So we are kind of rooting for, well, I'm rooting for about 36 stitches to work with. So I'm trying to do a lot of increases here with my 2 double crochets into 1 spot. So that's what you'll follow for this pattern. Once you reach to the end of your first 2 double crochets into 1 spot, you're going to put your crochet hook in the top 2 chains of the opposite side and wrap that yarn around and pull through all those stitches. So now you can see that we've done so many increases. You can actually count, and I believe there's 18. So we've done about 8 to 9 increases, which is wonderful. And now what you're going to do is you're going to chain up 3 again, and what we're going to do is a little bit different than the last row. We're going to actually make sure that we are, but also weaving under the chains, so kind of in the open hole spaces as you can see. So I'm going to do my first double crochet stitch in that area, and then I'm also going to chain 1 extra. So you're going to find the next spot to weave into. In this case, it was right next to it, and you're going to do your regular double crochet stitch and then chain up 1. So we're going to do this around this whole level. Now, if you are using a thinner yarn, then you just want to make sure that you're doing this twice. Or I also have other tutorials where I'll link below in the comment section that you can refer to do the top of your hat. So all we want to make sure is that the top of the hat fits your head size. Once we've completed the second row, then we're going to also make sure that we are chaining up 1, and then we're going to just weave into that open space and pull through. So now that we have done this, we're going to also then chain up again. So chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. So we're only going to crochet into half of the chain. So see how there are 2 pieces to the chain, we're going to face the one that is facing down. This is going to change the direction of our hat, which is wonderful. So what you're going to do for the rest of the row is to knit your double crochets while only taking half of the chain with you. And once you have completed this whole row, I will show you the next steps. So now that we've finished this row, we're just going to do a slip stitch into the opposite side, wrap that yarn around and pull through one. And then we're going to take a look at where we're at, because this is getting to the point where this might start fitting my head. So I'm gonna have to grab my measuring tape and see where we are. So this measures at 6 inches and I'm a 6.5, but if I do stretch this yarn, it hits about a 6.5. So I will take it. Now that I have confirmed that the top of the hat will fit my head, I'm going to be doing the pattern that is very similar for the rest of the hat. So I'm doing my chain up 3, wrapping around, doing my double crochets, except we are skipping 1. So I'm going to be doing my double crochet, wrapping around, pulling through 2, pulling through 2, and then I'm going to do my chain 1. I'm going to skip the next stitch and I'm going to go into the next. At this point, we are going through the 2 top chains, so don't worry about just going through one side of the chain. You want to go through the whole chain this time, so you should have 2 loops on your crochet hook when you are going down. So right in this point, you want to have 2 loops on your crochet hook and then doing your double crochet stitch and chaining 1. So I'll wrap it around again, under 2 loops, and going through just like that. Because if you go under 1 loop at this point, you're going to change the direction again, and we don't want to do that. So just make sure that you're going in with 2 stitches. Okay, perfect. And I will meet you back once we have finished this row. As you're completing this row with our double crochet and our 1 chain, we're going to weave into the second chain and do a slip knot or a slip stitch. Pull through and pull through, and then honestly we're going to repeat this same pattern. So you're going to chain up 3, and once you've chained up 3, you're going to then skip 1 stitch and then do your double crochet in the top of those chains just like so. Wrap around, pull 2, wrap around, pull 2, and do your extra chain. And then literally follow all of the steps that you did the previous row. So this will be super easy to just keep working down and let that pattern shine, because this is probably the fun part now, because the top of the hat is solved. So that's all you have to work on. Just keep going down. I'm going to be doing 7 rows. You can do 6 or however small your yarn is, but for this thicker yarn, I did 7 rows. And it worked out perfect for me. Honestly, I could have just done 6, but I said, let me just do another row. Now, once you're done, you're going to kind of cut this yarn off, and then we'll deal with this string at a later time. Now it is going to be time where I show you how to add the beads onto this lovely mesh hat. So you're going to take a piece of your string and you're going to fold it in half once you've cut it, and then you're going to make sure that you take it just like this and pull it through the hole. The reason why is this is very secure, because you don't want the beads falling off of your hat. You're going to take your tool that you're using to weave in the thread with your beads, and you're going to kind of go like this. Well, actually it all depends which tool you're using, but this one I just found and this is how it works. I put the thread through the little silver metal string, and then I push the bead down, and then I keep going and it goes all the way down on the thread, and it's super secure and I absolutely love it. So then what I did is I added 4 more beads, so 5 beads in total, and then I added a knot. You want to make sure that you're really making this a knot, maybe even adding some super glue so that these beads don't end up falling. You might want to not put in the washer, but maybe you can. But as you can see, it's super easy and it's actually quite fun. So that's what I did for all of the little bead trinkets on this hat, and it turned out beautifully. And I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. It's been such a blast. I love making tutorials that you guys request and ask for. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!